So here's multiplying fractions without using a model, which most of you will probably say, why don't you show me the easy way first? But anyway, this is how it goes. So to multiply fractions, multiply the numerators, the tops together, and multiply the denominators together, or the bottom. That's basically that simple. So 5 times 7 on top, 6 times 8 on the bottom. You would get 35 over 48. So for this question, you do a 3 times 2, 4 times 7. You would get 6 over 28, which would simplify to 3 over 14. So it is that easy, but I'm going to teach you a method called the canceling method, which will end up being easier because if you didn't cancel, most of the time you could get large fractions, which you have to simplify, which is not always really easy. So for fraction multiplication, you do the tops and the bottoms. But since you can multiply in any order, I'm just going to show you how the canceling method works. I'm going to write 7 times 6. I'm going to flip this around to 7 times 8. And we basically can simplify these fractions before we do the multiplying, just using simplification rules. So 7 divided by 7, or if I were to simplify, divide both by 7, I would get 1 and 1. 6 and 8, I could divide by 2 on both of them. I would get 3 and 4. So now my new numbers are 1 and 3 here. So that gives me 3. On the bottom is 1 times 4, so 4. So that's what I would get. If I didn't simplify, I'd get 42 over 56, which then you'd have to divide it down by 2 or by other things. And eventually you'll get down to 3/4, but it seems like it takes a lot longer. So let's use the canceling method for these ones. So what I ask myself is, what can go into the top and the bottom of these? Well, this 3, if I divide by 3 on the top and the bottom right here, even though they're across from each other, so that will cancel. I'm left with 1 there and 3 down here. The 8 and 4, 4 goes into both of those, so I could divide by 4. That would give me 1 here. Divide by 4. I'd get 2 here. So now I have 1 times 1 on top, which is 1, and 2 times 3 on the bottom, which is 6. Makes it a lot easier. If we don't use the canceling method on the bottom one here, we're going to get huge numbers and it'll be very difficult to simplify. So let's see if we can cancel. Well, 33 and 22, 11 can go into both of those. So I'm going to divide by 11. This one will give me 2. This one will give me 3. And you may stop there, but you can also, actually you do have to stop there. So this would give you 8 times 2, which is 16. And 3 times 23, which is 69. And if you can't simplify it any further in the question, then your answer will already be simplified. Next one, let's see what we can cancel here. Well, 5 goes into the top and the bottom. So this will give me 3. This will give me 1. And 2 can go into both 6 and 16. So I'm going to divide by 2. So this would give me 3. This would give me 8. So 3 times 3 on the top is 9. 8 times 1 on the bottom is 8. Or 1 and 1/8. Bottom one here, 3 goes into the top and the bottom. So divide by 3, I'm going to get 1. Divide this by 3, I'll get 7. 4 goes into both 20 and 4. So this would give me 1. If I divided by 4, this one would give me 5. So I end up getting 1 times 5 is 5, and 1 times 7 is 7. Okay, I want you to pause the video, try these few And I suggest using the canceling method, and I will show the solutions in a second. Okay, so here is the solutions to these. If we use the canceling method, I'm going to divide this one by 3. So I get 3 here, 4 here. I can't cancel any further on that. So 8 times 4 is 32 over 3 times 5, which is 15, or 2 and 2/15. This one, 5 goes into top and bottom, so divide by 5, I get 3. Divide by 5, I get 1. 2 goes into the top and bottom. Divide by 2, I get 1. Divide by 2, I get 8. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 8 is 8. Final one, 2 goes into the top and bottom here, so divide by 2, I get 7. Divide this by 2, I get 2. 3 goes into 3 and 9, so divide that by 3, I get 1. Divide this by 3, I get 3. I end up getting 7 times 1 is 7. 3 times 2 is 6, or 1 and 1/6.